Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Sebastian Brooke from Kogakuin University in Tokyo. Today I'd like to explore how artificial intelligence is transforming language education. This presentation will give somewhat of a general overview of AI in language education, but I will also raise some key questions that we as educators need to discuss and grapple with. Now, AI is transforming everything, including education, and not only through personalization, adaptive assessment, interactive practice, but also through the new responsibilities it places on us as educators. My central argument today is simple. AI can be powerful, but it needs thoughtful human mediation to truly support communicative competence and meaningful learning. Now, AI now does offer things we used to consider impossible at scale. Instant feedback, tailored content, unlimited opportunities for practice. But at the same time, it raises questions about pedagogical alignment, ethics, data privacy, and teacher identity. AI tools are now woven into everyday academic life. Students are using them constantly for drafting, checking, translating, and practicing language. And because AI is no longer optional for learners, it can't be optional for teachers either. So understanding this ecosystem is essential. So the core thesis that frames this talk today is this: AI isn't replacing teachers. It still relies on teachers to guide it, mediate it, and give it pedagogical meaning. We've moved fairly quickly from AI being an experimental add-on to being a widely accessible ecosystem of tools. Traditional classrooms struggle to offer consistent, individualized input, especially in contexts where learners had limited exposure to proficient speakers. But now we have platforms like Duolingo, Linguist, ChatGPT. These all offer constant, responsive practice. They're increasing engagement and autonomy. But they also push us to rethink how teachers support learners in interpreting that feedback. Now, this transformation raises some important questions. How do teachers redefine their roles? How do we ensure learners develop communicative competence rather than just correctness? How do we preserve the social and intercultural dimensions of language learning? Now, these questions sit at the heart of AI integration. They also guide the rest of today's presentation. AI brings real benefits: personalized instruction, adaptive assessment, and enhanced engagement. But if we're not careful, AI can focus too much on surface-level accuracy, potentially reinforcing a narrow view of language learning. It also raises concerns about privacy, equity, and professional identity. So the challenge is navigating both sides, the benefits and the risks, while keeping pedagogy at the center. Now, AI in education has evolved over decades. First, we had intelligent tutoring systems. Now, these simulated elements of one-on-one tutoring. Then, educational agents introduced social and affective elements. More recently, predictive analytics and machine learning allowed systems to anticipate learner difficulties. And today, AI use has exploded. 92% of UK university students now use AI in their studies, according to one research report. This shift tells us that AI literacy is no longer optional in our classrooms. Now, that 92% adoption rate, up from 66% the previous year, this is a dramatic increase. It signals not just curiosity, but dependency. Students are integrating AI into their everyday academic lives. And this challenges us to think about assessment, academic integrity, and how we prepare learners to use AI critically and responsibly. Each AI tool brings strengths but also blind spots that educators must recognize. Research shows a mismatch between technological innovation and pedagogical grounding. Many AI tools prioritize efficiency, accuracy, and prediction, rather than communicative learning or teacher participation. This is a reminder that pedagogy must drive technology, not the other way around. AI is now embedded across 4 major applications: conversational agents, adaptive platforms, automated feedback, and speech recognition. Each tool offers new affordances but also new challenges, particularly around authenticity and appropriate feedback. Adaptive platforms like Duolingo tailor content based on learner performance. Then we have automated writing tools like Grammarly or Write and Improve, which help learners revise quickly. Conversational AI gives learners a safe space to practice. And even robotics now creates embodied multimodal learning experiences. But again, every tool requires careful pedagogical mediation. AWE systems. These analyze grammar, coherence, and style, offering instant feedback. Many learners appreciate this immediacy. 93% of Japanese university students in one research paper believe AI improves their writing. But AWE often fails at discourse level issues and can misinterpret creativity. So it's most effective when paired with teacher feedback and peer review. Chatbots like Replica or the most famous ChatGPT offer unlimited conversational practice. They create low-pressure environments that are especially helpful for anxious learners, but they lack cultural nuance and pragmatic sensitivity. That's why they work best when used in structured role-play tasks followed by reflection and teacher guidance. Educational robots create multimodal learning experiences that are especially motivating for young learners. They combine gesture, speech, and embodied interaction. But they're expensive, difficult to maintain, and require thoughtful teacher orchestration to avoid simply becoming a novelty rather than a learning tool. Adaptive learning platforms personalize pacing, difficulty, and content. They're excellent for grammar, vocabulary, and comprehension work. Teachers also benefit from analytics that highlight where learners struggle. The key is blended learning, letting AI handle individualized practice while preserving classroom time for communicative tasks and peer interaction. 3 major theories help us understand AI's role. We have sociocultural theory, which sees AI as a mediational tool within the ZPD, the zone of proximal development. But it requires human interpretation and support. Skill acquisition theory sees AI as ideal for procedural practice. And autonomy and self-regulated learning see AI as a tool for goal setting and monitoring, if paired with reflective guidance. So we can see AI is powerful, but only if we connect it to these pedagogical frameworks. AI does democratize learning by offering scalable personalization, anywhere access, and routine automation. It can reach learners who lack exposure to proficient speakers or one-on-one instruction. But democratization only works if equitable access is ensured for all learners. We also have to confront some major challenges: surface-level accuracy, opaque algorithms, the digital divide, and especially teacher identity concerns. These issues influence how students learn, how teachers work, and how institutions implement AI. Pedagogically, AI often conflicts with communicative and task-based approaches. Ethically, AI raises questions about data privacy, consent, and bias. So we need transparency, algorithmic accountability, and classroom discussions about how AI works. These conversations are essential to developing critical digital literacy. A balanced integration strategy involves 4 elements, really. Selective use of AI for routine tasks, critical awareness of AI's limitations, ensuring equitable access and multilingual inclusion, integrating ethics discussions into the curriculum. And teachers play a key role in orchestrating all 4. AI changes teacher identity. Yes, it may automate some tasks, but it also elevates other aspects of teaching: critical thinking, intercultural communication, mentorship, and reflective guidance. Teachers remain essential, not as technicians, but as mediators and interpreters of AI-supported learning. As AI automates routine corrections and grading, teachers can focus on what machines can't do, helping students interpret AI feedback, fostering reflection, supporting creativity, and nurturing intercultural competence. AI therefore repositions teachers. It doesn't replace them. This leads, though, to 3 main implications. Curriculum design must leverage AI for individualized work while preserving human interaction. Assessment, one of the most important areas that must adapt, especially since 88% of UK students now use AI for assignments. This figure is even higher in my own teaching experience in Japan. This AI shift affects how students write, research, and practice languages. Now, we must incorporate, not ignore, these realities in curriculum and assessment. Professional development is essential also. AI literacy is now part of teaching expertise, and the data shows some improvement in this area, with teacher ratings for AI knowledgeability increasing from 18% to 42%. This still shows room for improvement. We also need longitudinal classroom-based research that looks beyond accuracy to communicative competence, autonomy, and motivation. We also need cross-cultural research to ensure AI tools serve diverse learners equitably. And we must examine the long-term impact on teacher roles and workload. AI has significant potential: personalization, engagement, and scalability. But success requires ethical integration, teacher agency, and reflective practice. The goal isn't just to adopt AI, it's to adopt AI in ways that preserve the socially situated nature of language learning. To conclude, AI is not a replacement for teachers. It is a powerful tool, one that becomes pedagogically meaningful only through teacher mediation. So the aim is not replacement, but partnership. AI enhances what teachers do, but teachers give meaning, context, and ethics to AI-mediated learning. When implemented thoughtfully, AI can enrich language learning and empower educators to meet the diverse needs of 21st century learners. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you.